All right. Well, Jannik Sinner beats Daniil Medvedev again, this time in the final of Vienna to capture the ATP 500 there. What a match that was, though. Incredible level. We're going to get into it. We're going to look at how Sinner did it and what it means going forward for the top 4 players on the ATP. And friend of the show and Canadian Felix Auger-Aliassime gets back on track, winning the title in Basel, taking out Hubert Hurkacz in the final. Big matches. Big wins for these guys, and we're going to break it down here because that's what we do on The Slice. Welcome to the show. Okay, well, we are reporting live, not quite live, but almost live, from the Royal Glenora Club in Edmonton, Canada. We're here for the Edmonton National Bank Challenger, the first ever edition of this tournament. And unfortunately, Jeannie Bouchard is not here, but it is an amazing venue in a beautiful city, Edmonton. And the club, the Royal Glenora Club, is totally fit to hold this event. So this is the first real day of the tournament. We got qualifying matches going on, and we've got Canadian players that you're going to want to see if you are from this area. We've got Braden Schnurr, Liam Draxel, Cadence Brace, Kayla Cross, a lot of players and a lot of other great international talent here on the ITF Tour, competing, trying to make it. We love it. So we're here reporting on the action. But right now, Jannik Sinner just finished beating Daniil Medvedev, like we talked about, and Felix Auger-Aliassime just completed a huge match win for him, a huge confidence win for our guy there. So if you haven't yet, and you're here and you're watching, you're like, how do I become a better tennis player? The quickest way to do that is to subscribe to The Slice. Thank you for your support. Thanks for liking this video. Leave a comment below on what you thought of Sinner and Felix Auger-Aliassime getting the win today. It's big stuff. We've got the racket handle mics here, as you can see. So we're going to be getting interviews done. There's lots of chaos. It's an indoor tournament here, obviously, because it's negative degrees outside in Edmonton, but it's getting hot in here. Speaking of getting hot, Jannik Sinner, incredibly hot right now. He hit one of the hardest forehands maybe that's ever been hit in tennis history today. Definitely one of the cleanest. He hit it. I've posted on my Twitter, so if you want to go here, check out the Twitter at the Slice Steven. He hit it so good that his coach Darren Cahill literally just was sat there smiling, laughing at the end, just going, "That's why I signed up to coach this kid, because whatever he just did there, I didn't teach him. He's just got that naturally in himself." So the match goes down. Sinner beats Medvedev in 3 tight sets. Sinner takes the first, Medvedev in the tiebreaker. Medvedev takes the second, 6-4, and then Sinner pulls ahead in the third. I wasn't able to watch all of the third set, but from the beginning couple sets that I watched, it was just amazing tennis. Huge ball striking, super clean from both guys. Indoor conditions, you just think it helps them really rise to the top, find the middle of their strings with each shot, and it was quite incredible to watch. Medvedev, to me, now seems to be like the house. I remember a coach on tour told me that, I'm forgetting his name, but the tall guy, Riley Opelka, said that Roberto Bautista Agut is like the house. Like in poker, the house, or like in a casino, you're never going to be the house. To me, at the elitist level, Medvedev is the house. He's going to make you play at such a good level that there's a very hard time to beat him. But if you have the firepower and you have the stamina and you have the physicality, you can beat him. And that's what Sinner showed again today. He hung with Medvedev from the baseline, didn't beat himself. And then I think because Sinner has bigger shots, more put away power than Medvedev, similar to like Alcaraz, if Sinner is playing super good, he's going to have a few more options than Medvedev while they're in the depths of the matches. We got furniture reconfiguration going on here around. We're in a construction zone doing the Slice. You're in the trenches. You already know that. So, yeah, the difference to me today was Medvedev and Sinner now both have huge serves. They've both got amazing ground stroke resistance from the baseline. They can play a lot of balls. They because Sinner's learned how to do that more. He doesn't have to bail out of rallies. And they both have a complete game where they can play offense and defense and really take it to their opponent. So to me now, Sinner just has a little bit more offensive firepower, and I think that was the difference in today's match. Medvedev held back, stayed back on the baseline, and we saw in Beijing where they played when Sinner started to throw out the out wide serve. People talk about it, it's a magical, like magnificent strategic move by Sinner. It's like, I think you just watched the matches of Djokovic starting to throw out the wide ball on the deuce side on the serve. And it's like, that seems like a good idea. I'm just going to start implementing that and coming in behind it. And he did that super well again today, but he also switched it up. A lot of big moments. He went up the tee hard on the deuce serve or on the ad and surprised Medvedev a bit, got free points. He had a super high win percentage on his second serve. I believe it was in the 80% range, which is super high. So Medvedev, again, seems to, if he plays his best and he plays at his absolute top level, he can make anyone miss. He can really put you off his game, as we saw with Alcaraz in the U.S. Open. Medvedev played amazing. He played aggressive, and then it was just too much for Alcaraz, and Alcaraz didn't find his top gear. But I'm really starting to think now, if Alcaraz or Sinner find their top gear against Djokovic, they've got enough firepower. Sorry, against Medvedev, they got enough firepower to overpower him and kind of have an advantage, I believe, in this matchup. Let me know what you think about that. But that's kind of what I'm seeing now in this match. So Sinner wins Vienna. He's solidly number 4 in the world. And to me, it makes it clear that there is a definite top 4 in the world as far as male players go. We got Djokovic, obviously. We've got Alcaraz. We've got Medvedev. And we've got Sinner. All of them have had a fantastic year. And it all seems like they can beat each other now, which is super interesting and super good to see. So Paris, we've already broken down the Paris draw. Paris and the ATP finals are just going to be fantastic for competition and for the level of tennis. And I really hope we get to see some matchups between Sinner, Medvedev, Sinner, Djokovic, Sinner, Alcaraz, and vice versa. So what a Vienna tournament. Great match for Sinner. Amazing tennis for us tennis fans. And that's awesome to see. Over in Basel, where I was last year, when I was accompanying that man, Felix Auger-Aliassime, he wins again. He comes through Holger Rune and Hubert Hurkacz. Hubert Hurkacz is a top 10, but that's at least one top 10 player, and Hubert Hurkacz is the top 15. 2 good wins for him. Super big confidence boost to come back. I talked with TSN at the U.S. Open about Felix and about fans who are getting really antsy and seeing Felix struggle and wanting him to get back to his top level. And I just said, you got to play the long game. You got to let him figure it out. Clearly, from what we've seen over the last 5-6 years from Felix Auger-Aliassime, he has what it takes to get to the top, to be dominant on the ATP Tour. He's not going to be Federer. He's not going to be Djokovic. He's not going to be Nadal. But he has what it takes to compete for majors and the like going forward. He's got to find that again. And you got to play the matches and be the man in the arena to do that. And he did that. So he's back on top. He's defended his title in Basel. So he was a champion all year, and he remains the champion and still the champion of Basel. And it was a great performance. It was a bit tight, 7-6, 7-6, and it felt he had some opportunities to win it in the second set before it went to a tiebreaker, and he wasn't able to do that. You still see some of the nerve. You still see a little bit of the shakiness as far as confidence, but he was ripping through the ball better, it seemed, from what I saw this week. He was serving better, and that's the recipe for him. Serve big, play confidence, play downhill, and yeah, who's a better athlete? Who's stronger? Who's faster? Who's longer than Felix Auger-Aliassime? So huge win for Felix, big confidence win. In 2022 when he won Basel, we were hoping let's see him get catapulted. What is he going to do in 2023? I started to think he's going to compete for majors. He didn't have a good 2023 year. So let's hope that there's a different result from him winning this tournament this year going into next year than there was last year going into this year. But that's the slice on Basel and Vienna going into Paris. I'm in Edmonton at the National Bank Challenger, as I said. Beautiful city. It's cold. It's cold. It was -8 when I woke up this morning, Celsius. That's what it is, -8 Celsius. And it took a while for the car to defrost, de-ice, but the tennis here is awesome. We've got a lot of young players today and tomorrow playing in qualifying, working hard to try and get some points, get some prize money, get their ranking on the board and move up. And then we've got some serious players like Braden Schnurr, Liam Draxel, Justin Boulay, a bunch of other Canadians who are here trying to get valuable points and prize money. So if you're in Alberta, you should be making your way to Edmonton right now for the National Bank Challenger, where I am. Come say hi. It's a good vibe. And congrats to Sinner and Felix on winning big matches in Europe. We'll see you guys next time here on The Slice. Thanks for being here.